You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Philip Kaufman, filling in for Julia Wiegand. An accident involving 3 vehicles happened shortly before 1 this afternoon on Route 93 near the Laurel Mall. According to state police, those involved all sustained minor injuries. 2 of the 3 cars involved in the accident leaked antifreeze and oil on the roadway. Emergency responders arrived to treat those involved and clean up the wreckage and spill. The cause of that crash has yet to be determined, as statements are still being taken from those involved. The Schuylkill County delegation introduced a House resolution yesterday calling on the House Judiciary Committee to begin an investigation of County Commissioner George Halkovich. A retired Lebanon County senior judge issued 2 protection from abuse orders against Halkovich, prohibiting him from having contact with the women who accused him of sexual harassment. The delegation said it's very rare for legislatures to ask for investigation of public official, but the circumstances call for starting the process of impeachment. The House resolution empowers the House Judiciary Committee and the subcommittee to conduct the investigation, subpoena witnesses, and take testimony. The committee plans to work in a bipartisan manner to ensure the due process rights of everyone involved are safeguarded. The governor took a trip to PSU this week to discuss vaccine efforts and encourage students to get vaccinated. Governor Wolf, alongside Penn State University President Eric Barron, PSU football coach James Franklin, and student-athlete Theo Johnson, spoke on the vaccine and reached out to college students to get theirs.
All the activities that we missed out since last spring get safer when we all get vaccinated. I know a lot of vaccine information over the winter talked about how important it is for high-risk groups to get the vaccines, and that for younger folks and people without a lot of risk factors, maybe it didn't seem like the priority was quite there. But I want to reassure you that it is. But now we need folks in the age group here at Penn State to get the vaccine. This is especially true for college students. Right now, I know this is something that is maybe not top of mind. Finals coming up, moving back home, finding summer jobs. But now that college students are eligible to get vaccinated, it is really important to make this a priority.
The Department of Health is calling on vaccine providers to work with college students and others who may need to get vaccines in 2 different locations to ensure that they get fully vaccinated.
I encourage everyone who is eligible to get vaccinated. The more people who are vaccinated, the better chance we have to get back to 107,000 strong here in Beaver Stadium. Last season wasn't the same without the support of our amazing fans at home and on the road. We want our Ball State game on September 11th to be our first family reunion in almost 2 years, and we want Beaver Stadium and all of Happy Valley rocking.
Also beginning this week, providers will no longer be required to order a specific number of second doses of vaccine for administration. Instead, they will order a total number of doses they expect to administer as first or second doses.
In order to be able to have 107,000 of our closest friends cheering us on this season, we ask everyone that is able to get vaccinated.
The Wolf administration continues campaigning, encouraging Pennsylvanians to get vaccinated. President Barron joined in the encouragement, calling for Pennsylvanians and Penn Staters to be leaders in the push for vaccination.
Take the first available appointment. Volunteer to help. This is the most important effort of our lifetime, and I call on all Penn Staters to lead now. Let's show the nation that Pennsylvania and Penn Staters are leaders when it matters most. On behalf of Penn State, I thank you for all of your efforts to get vaccinated.
Wilkes-Barre Mayor George Brown and the local branch of the NAACP are responding to a racist comment made by an employee at the Holland golf course. The employee allegedly told golfer Dwayne Harrison that he, quote, didn't know they allowed blacks to play here, as he was about to tee off on the afternoon of April 6th. The golfer responded by saying, quote, "I'm not black, I'm Puerto Rican." The NAACP plans to file a complaint with the Pennsylvania Human Relations Commission. Mayor Brown said that he was made aware of the allegation and, if true, finds it highly offensive and inappropriate. The NAACP is also calling for course management to institute sensitivity training for the staff. An investigation led to the rescue of several dogs ages 7 to 13 years old from a home in Schuylkill County. Humane officers were called about 8 dogs living at a Mahanoy Township home. The homeowner said it buried one in the yard after it died, but the rest were extremely matted and smelled of urine and feces. One had a bulging eye, another had a yeast infection and other conditions, and one suffered from the equivalent of a third-degree burn on its face and was sadly euthanized. The Hillside SPCA took the remaining dogs in and incurred their expenses, so donations can be made to Joe and Caroline's Fund on their website. Senior Dog Haven and Hospice Incorporated in Delaware agreed to take the 5 Shih Tzus, and the Mid-Atlantic Great Dane Rescue League took the other. The investigation is ongoing. Travel experts have advice for people who are ready to hit the road for upcoming summer vacations. WYLN's Julie Stefanovich has more from AAA.
The COVID-19 vaccine rollout has increased consumer confidence, especially when it comes to traveling. Countless people have been cooped up during the pandemic and are now ready to hit the open road or set sail for some sun and fun. A group of AAA travel experts held a webinar today to discuss the travel landscape and what adventure seekers can expect this year.
We also are expecting and beginning to see some significant increases in pricing. In some cases, dramatic increases in pricing. And so the advice that AAA is providing is to plan early, but then again, check often.
If your plans include a rental car, AAA urges you to plan ahead as rentals are in high demand and prices have increased significantly.
During the pandemic, many car rental agencies sold off their inventory. So the lower availability plus the increase in demand has driven prices really high in the car rental world. So if you're looking to rent a car for your vacation, you want to make sure you do that at the beginning stages of your planning. Don't wait till the end. That will help ensure that a car is available, or look to an alternate form of transportation for your vacation.
Airlines also have safety measures in place so air travelers can expect to see some changes.
Some airlines still continue to limit flight capacity with blocking of the middle seats to allow for social distancing. Just to make sure everybody's clear, masks are required at all airports and obviously on all aircraft during the flight.
Experts agree that car travel is considered the safest way to travel this summer, but what about gas prices?
As we lead into May here, we are looking for larger spikes this month as we see demand increase, especially as we get closer to Memorial Day. Just for reference, when we look at fuel right now, demand for fuel is about 4% below where we were back in 2019 at this time, showing us that people really are returning to the roads.
Travelers also have concerns and questions about providing proof of vaccinations.
And that we are going to continue to keep updated on is, do you actually need your real card, or is a copy or photo of the card sufficient? Because right now the advice that we've been given is not to take your original card because, again, you don't want to lose that documentation.
So if you're heading out this summer, AAA has many resources available to travelers. You can visit www.aaa.com for more information. Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thank you, Julie. Coming up on WYLN News, kicking off First Friday tomorrow in downtown Hazleton. Plus, how MMI boys basketball seniors handled not having a 2021 season. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
My name is Gio, and I'm 3 years old. The weather is going to be tomorrow rainy, so get your umbrella. Bye.
What's on TV? Plenty. WYLN TV 35, the best in local programming.
WYLN TV 35 is looking for part-time seasonal live sports videographers and production crew. Evening and weekend work is required. Candidates should have experience in sports production and camera operation. Please contact WYLN TV 35 at 570-459-1869 extension 1172 or email news@WYLNTV.com.
Hey guys, this is Ray Merrill from Blaze Alexander, Greater Hazleton. You want cars? We got them. We have the largest selection of pre-owned cars in the area. We have over 160 cars on the ground. Plus, if you're looking to trade your car, if you want to get rid of the payments, it will never be worth more than it is now. Whether it is a Ram, a Chevy, a Mazda, a Dodge, a Chrysler. Guys, we will give you top dollar. Your car will never be worth more than it is right now. So don't waste your time. Get down to Blaze Alexander, Greater Hazleton, and see where we take those deals. The other guys won't.
Tomorrow's First Friday, and the downtown Hazleton area will have plenty to do. The Hazleton Art League has a fun weekend planned, including its official public open house at its new Hayden Family Center location for the arts on Saturday from noon to 5. And if the weather holds up, they'll be hosting an outdoor barbecue on the sidewalk along the new Can Do Community Park. The Sanctuary Stunt Studio also kicks off a fun weekend with a free, full-contact variety show Friday night at 8. The Fuzzy Park Band will be performing at the Pines Eatery Friday night from 6:30 to 9, and Hazleton Power will host Comedy Night at 8 on Saturday. Visit discovernepa.com and the Hazleton's First Fridays Facebook page for the latest information on things to do. WYLN's all-time OT hero, Marty Burns, has the in-depth analysis of what's happening on and off-season across our viewing area. MMI's boys basketball and junior high baseball coach, Joe Flanagan, is on this week. So, let's talk sports. Here's part 4.
So we had talked, away from the cameras and everything during the fall, maybe after some football games.
Right.
And you were a little concerned about basketball season. And then the word came out. And once again, we are not blaming MMI whatsoever. Safety first, and we say that all the time, and no matter what sporting event we're talking about. Safety first. MMI decided to go safety first, but your winter sports season was canceled. The thought of your basketball team and how did that go down? Did you have to tell them, or did a word come down from on high at MMI that all the winter sports, including your basketball team, will not play?
Well, I think a little of both. I think I sent the text out and I think the kids in school knew, and MMI's from the start of the school year, it was all about the students were in school, and that was their main focus. And coaching at MMI for as long as I have, education is top priority there, and that's all that they were really trying to do. But, when I sent that text out to kids that love to play basketball, it hurt them. And, I'd be remiss if I wouldn't have my seniors, name my seniors, Ryan McNeilis, Peter Walco, and Bobby Rinaldi. These were 3 kids that were at MMI at 7th grade. Their families came to MMI. They were all MMI people. And it was, finally their year to be the seniors and the team leaders. And it got taken away from them, and it was tough. It was very difficult for them, but as always, they handled themselves real well, real professional, and, hey, it is what it is. They moved on, and, we were hoping that maybe things would change as the season went on, but it just wasn't in the cards for us. And, we had our senior night recently with them, and I'm really proud of them. They're all getting ready to go to college, and, and they have their decisions to make, so 3 great kids that I was proud to coach and actually an honor to coach, and their parents of all those kids. 2 of their fathers were my assistant, Larry Walco and Ed McNeilis.
Coming up on Spring Mountains News Choice, we take a trip down to the Carbon County Animal Shelter in Community and You. Plus, Leading the Way, Part 4. Stay with us.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
At Grand Central, our family has been supplying your family with quality brand name furniture, mattresses, and appliances for over 3 generations. Whether you choose from our excellent selection of Lazy Boy, Catnapper, or England furniture, or from our fantastic selection of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we guarantee total comfort in every room of your home.
With expert advice,
everyday low prices,
plus interest-free financing for up to 60 months.
From our family to your family.
Grand Central in Hazleton. Everything to make your house a home.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
A big reason dogs wind up in shelters is because they stray either from their homes or yards and end up lost. In most cases, they don't mean to run away from home, but could sure use help getting back. The Carbon County Animal Shelter's Executive Director Tom Connors has some advice to prevent this scenario from happening.
The biggest thing pet owners can do is to keep an eye on their pets. If you have a dog, keep an eye on it. Don't let it get out. There's thousands of people that have dogs, and their dogs don't go running free. Sometimes good dogs, good people, dogs get out. It does happen. Accidents happen. Dogs do slip out the door or get out the gate. Somebody forgot to lock. But it becomes a problem when people do it as a habit and thinks it's okay to let their dog run free. Then sometimes you have problems.
Losing your dog is a very stressful event, so remember to remain calm and contact the proper authorities.
If you lose your dog, you should call the police or the nearest shelter and let them know. Give a description of your dog, let them know what the dog's name is, give a couple contact numbers so people could call you or call a neighbor should somebody find the dog. But you need to start looking immediately as soon as it's lost. Most dogs don't go too far, and then when they realize they're lost, they'll hunker down. So the chances are if you get in your car and go looking and calling, you're going to find your dog. So look for it right away.
Microchips are helpful in identifying lost pets. They're about the size of a grain of rice and are placed under the animal's skin. It's a radio frequency identification transponder that carries a unique identification number.
Microchips are a great tool for a dog. Number one, it allows you in Pennsylvania to get a lifetime license. That's one fee, one time, and you're done. So that's fantastic. And it also allows your dog to be identified should it come into a shelter. So if a dog comes into a shelter and it has a microchip, we can find out who the owner is as long as it's registered. So the microchip is a handy tool, and it's good to have on all dogs. And it's relatively inexpensive, so it's a good thing to do. People can call the shelter if they need more information.
Dog tags are a useful tool and one of the easiest ways for shelters or people to contact the dog's owner.
Listen, the law requires that you have a license on your dog in Pennsylvania. Sometimes that law is overlooked when a dog is loose. We want to get the dog home as soon as possible. So the best thing for your dog is a tag with the dog's name on it and your number, because that's really what's going to get it home right away. By calling your dog by its name that it knows, it feels a little more secure, and by having your phone number, we're able to reach you right away and then get your dog back home to you. So that's the best thing. If you don't have a tag, take a magic marker and write your phone number on the collar, because then when someone grabs your dog, then keep it safe. They have the number there. If you don't have a collar on your dog, shame on you. Then maybe you should look into getting somebody else to take care of your dog, because a collar, a tag, a license, everything is cheap. It's not a lot of money. You take a responsibility to care for a dog, that means keeping it safe. So get that ID on your dog. I did come across a dog with a tag on it last week. Went out 11 o'clock at night, found the dog, held the dog, called the number on the tag, called the number. It turned out that the number was a house phone number and not a cell phone number. So keep that in mind. You want your cell phone number on that tag, because most likely you're going to have your cell phone on you at all times. That's the best way of getting your dog home.
And finally, there's no sweeter moment than when an owner is reunited with their dog.
Sometimes a dog comes into a shelter and the owner is right behind it 5 minutes later. And for that, we appreciate it, because a dog coming into a shelter is very stressful for him. So when we have an opportunity to get a dog home the same day, that's what we try to do. So every time a dog goes back home, that's a good thing. And we're happy to keep it safe and keep it off the street. And our job is to hold it, keep it as calm as possible until the owner can come and get it.
The Carbon County Animal Shelter currently has several good boys and girls who are looking for their forever home. You can give the shelter a call to make an appointment to come check them out at 570-325-4828.
At Grand Central, our family has been supplying your family with quality brand name furniture, mattresses, and appliances for over 3 generations. Whether you choose from our excellent selection of Lazy Boy, Catnapper, or England furniture, or from our fantastic selection of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we guarantee total comfort in every room of your home.
With expert advice, everyday low prices, plus interest-free financing for up to 60 months.
From our family to your family.
Grand Central in Hazleton. Everything to make your house a home.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Hi folks. Welcome to Let's Talk Chiropractic. I'm Dr. John. This is Ismania, Dr. Alex. Tune into the show this week. Ismania could not get pregnant because she had to lose 300 pounds. Through gastric bypass surgery she did, and miracles happened. So tune in.
Wyln CA35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the Children's Programming Report is on file for public inspection at Wyln 1057 East 10th Street in Hazleton, Pennsylvania during normal business hours. To view the report online, visit fcc.org.
WYLN's going behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders. So, Hazleton Area Superintendent Brian Uplinger is leading the way into part 4 of this week's series. And welcome back to this week's Leading the Way with Brian Uplinger, Superintendent for the Hazleton Area School District. So, what are some of the biggest achievements as a superintendent that you've come to, accomplish, and what are some of the biggest challenges you've faced as a superintendent?
Sure. The most immediate success story is moving 12,000 students to a virtual platform. A lot of people have said, and sure, we certainly have hiccups. We still are going through those hiccups and growing pains. Yeah. But moving a district of this size to a virtual platform and making sure the students are continuing to learn and being prepared or getting prepared to come back to the classroom is huge. And again, doing it with a district this size to me is very, very rewarding, and being able to do that and do it fairly successfully. Again, the biggest challenge is COVID in and of itself. Again, going through all the planning processes and making sure that the safety and security of all the students are at the forefront, and all the staff the same thing, making sure they're all safe as we re-enter the buildings. Transportation, making sure that all the students are safe getting on and off of the buses. And so I'd say the biggest challenge, especially again in this a district this size or any school district for what it's worth, is safety and security. And I'm very proud of all the accomplishments that we've done in the short time I've been with the district, and I look forward to many, many more. There are, we're going to face, the overcrowding again once everyone starts coming back to the school. So that'll be another challenge that we'll be able to go over top of that without any issues.
All right, folks. Check back tomorrow for our final segment as Brian continues leading the way in this week's segment. Have a good night. And that's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page or at WYLNTV.com, where you can also find LVHN's real facts about COVID-19. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next, right here on WYLN TV.